Welcome back, everybody. Having friends over for dinner is one thing, but what are the special touches you need to make it a dinner party?
We're back with etiquette expert and my good friend Margery Sinclair. She's traveled the world speaking about etiquette and was recently featured in the Milwaukee Journal Sentinel. The food editor Nancy Stowe threw a dinner party and she was invited. Welcome back to the Morning Blend.
Thank you so much. Nice to see you all.
Thanks for being here. So let's talk a little bit about this article. A lot of people saw it in the food section. Nancy Stowe wrote about having a dinner party. You were one of her guests that she invited to also help her learn the difference between a dinner party and having people over for dinner.
Yes, she posed the question. Basically, is having a dinner party, hosting a dinner party, worth the fuss? So we talked for several hours in advance about all of the steps that are involved with that and composing the guest list. And I suggested that she call people first and invite them on the telephone. And then for those who said yes, follow it up with a written invitation.
That's an interesting concept because you're kind of almost like pre-seeing if they're available.
Yes, otherwise you send out a lot of invitations. We don't know how many people are going to return and turn them in, when they can come. And if you have a seated dinner party, you have X number of spaces.
Right,
you need a specific number.
Okay.
So if they can't come, you don't follow that up with an invitation. You will keep moving on your list.
Is the main difference between having people over for dinner and a dinner party just the formality, the setup? You know, you've got this beautiful arrangement in front of you here with flowers and the place setting exact. Are those the special touches that define the differences?
That's a big part of it, but this is my idea of having people over.
Oh, that's true.
Oh, wow.
And I will tell you, this is true because I eat with Margery. I go to her home like once a month, and this is how she eats when she has even friends over.
Yes, but then Nancy does a lot more cooking, and as food editor, she really knows her stuff there.
Oh, sure.
I tend to buy several of the courses.
Well, and this is great. What is the definition of homemade?
Oh, my definition is anything that you buy within 6 miles of home.
Here, here. That I will toast to. Yes. Absolutely.
So what are some of those cardinal rules then? If someone wants to host a dinner party and they want to have friends over, that maybe they just got a beautiful new home or a new set of plates or whatever it may be, right? They just want to gather friends together. What are some of those cardinal rules they need to pay attention to?
I think the cardinal rule is that the host should have a good time, enjoy it. And if you're thinking that this is going to be so much work and so much stress, you're not going to enjoy your own party.
Right.
So plan a menu, invite your guests, and make your table look nice. And you have a theme with it if you want. The next party I'm going to do is going to be called Red Wine and Black Dresses.
That's right.
Ooh, that's
Yes.
cute.
So you sort of know that it's going to be a little more formal outside. And I'm going to get the food. Let's see, I'm probably going to go to Metro Market and have them grill the meat for me. Yes, and get the pasta at Bravo.
Yeah.
and then take over the fruit and the vegetable and have ice cream for dessert.
It's perfect.
Yes,
So
but it's going to look fancy.
And that's I think the idea that most people miss is that you can make it look lovely and it doesn't have to be more daunting, right?
Exactly, exactly. And if you have a 2-year-old who likes to collect rocks, put them on a mirror here and with some small tea lights interspersed with it. And you have a very naturalistic centerpiece. You didn't spend $30 on flowers.
It doesn't have to be so difficult, but one of the things that people do stress about is invitations.
Yes.
And you say an invitation is a must. Digital invitations, are they okay, like Evite or Facebook?
I don't like Evite at all because it gives the option of 3 choices to the guest: yes, no, or maybe.
And you want a yes or a no?
I do, exactly, because if you can't come, I'm inviting someone else.
Right.
This is the first impression of the party. So if your inclination is to keep the invitation, you're probably going to have a very good time.
Yeah, so you think it's worth the money to spend on an invitation?
I do.
Send it out. Okay.
Very
so that's
pretty,
something
too.
that's important. And then should you make a dress code? In yours, you told people what the dress code is. You know, you said black dress. Is this something that you advise people on?
Yes. And in Nancy's case, she specified smart casual.
Okay.
Now, that's a phrase I came across in Singapore for the restaurant code, and they had it in their ads in the newspaper because the word casual is open to so many different interpretations.
Pants is what I would think. You could wear pants and a fancy shirt.
Exactly.
Yes.
Gentlemen don't wear shorts.
Yeah, right.
Good point. Yes. In Napa Valley, the idea is you wear jeans with everything in any top that costs at least $100 or looks like it.
Oh, okay. But jeans are fine on the bottom.
Yes, they are, because part of being elegant is being appropriate.
I like that. I love it. I always love your little nuggets. You have so many little nuggets. So food, you said, you know, it's okay to get food elsewhere, but how about the serving style? Can you do a buffet? Or if you're seated like this, do you have to have somebody who's serving or place it family style on the table?
I like it family style on the table or have it the food on a buffet. Depends on the number of guests you have. Now, I had with 3 or 4 people over with Nancy, I had the dishes on the table, and we just passed them. Pass things in the same direction, as opposed to this one to the left, this one to the right. It all ends up in the middle, coming at you from both sides.
Very true.
So have it on the buffet, whatever is practical for the number of people that you have and the space.
What about the bar? How do you manage the alcohol at a party?
My way is I have champagne with everything, plus a non-alcoholic drink.
Okay.
Yeah, and so when you get into an open bar, you have to have a variety of brands and all of the mixers that go with that and the different size glasses. It takes up a lot more space.
And a lot more money.
Yes, it does.
It does.
Sure.
Well, that's why I was wondering if it's okay to ask people to bring something, or does that then not make it a dinner party?
That does not make it a dinner party.
Okay. Now it's a potluck, right?
Yeah. No, you're the
Now
host.
it's a graduation party.
You're the host, and you take care of everything here. And then the principle of reciprocity is that after you've been a guest, it's your turn to be the host.
Well, there you go.
That's right. So then the other person hosts you, and they take care of everything. You're talking about a hostess gift, though?
Yeah.
That is frequent, especially the first time that you've been a guest in someone else's home. Yes, don't go empty-handed.
I love that. You have this great book. It's called A Year of Good Manners. It's not only a calendar for the year, but it's got great tips and different things that you can learn about how to have good manners for yourself. It's one of those perpetual calendars where you can record birthdays, anniversaries to help you remember your good manners all year round. You got to get that. And here's how you can learn more about Margery, or sign someone you know up for her classes, or bring her into your business. She does business etiquette as well. MargerySinclair.com is her website to learn more. You're the best.
Thank you so much.
Here.
Nice to be here. Yes.